tell you about what happened with Ren and Stimpy and Amanda?
No, what happened?
that she was playing and like, and then when she beat the level, after she beat the level, it shows like a code.
Oh.
I'm like, babe, don't hit any buttons. You gotta write that code down. Hold on, let me take a picture. She's like, why? What are you gonna take a picture of? I'm like, fucking code. And she's like, what's it for? So when you turn it off and turn it back on, you can start from here. You have to start from the beginning. She's like, no, that's not what that's for. I was like, what would you do like when you had this as a kid? She's like, well, I would just leave it on all day and turn off the TV. And when I come home, start again. So then we turned it off and we turned it back on, and then I'm like, put in this password, and she was like, oh my god. Fucking code.
Oh yeah.
I was like, dude, that's fucking funny. It was funny though. It was funny. Never a dull moment with her. I saw his Super Nintendo Mortal Kombat in the case, in the box. It's awesome, man.
Still sealed, or just the?
No, just
the box.
That one's box.
I have a shrink wrap machine.
You should invest in one of those.
No.
It's newly used.
Recently used. Any real collector can tell the difference in the shrink wrap.
We were talking about that earlier because I was asking him. You know, some people probably have them like boxed without the shrink wrap. And then when I used to work at GameStop, they had like shrink wrap machine. So you know, you just shrink it and use the hair dryer to
seal it.
And then,
but the way that Nintendo shrink wrap things back in the day, it left a specific seam on the outside of the boxes and down the middle, so it created an H. And shrink wrap machines don't work like that anymore. They're different.
Because I know a lot of the other games had like factory sealed. Like you can tell because like the shrink wrapper and a factory sealed game are two completely different types of seals. Like. Yeah. Some of them are manufactured and it's just sealed, and
yeah, I mean,
no way
you could rip somebody off like if they're a total fucking.
Yeah.
That's pretty shitty. That's what happened to me when I purchased F-Zero. It was
shrink wrap.
No, it was factory sealed, but it's a $10, $20 game. I paid $40.
Yeah. I sent you a message. I'm like, why did you do that? And he's like,
yeah,
it's like $20. I'm like,
They showed that I had opened it, and he was like, why? He was like, shouldn't you keep it? And I was like, I showed him some eBay listings, $10, $10, $10, buy it now price. And
so I was like, wow, it's not a big deal.
For shrink wrap copies?
No, for a factory sealed F-Zero. The one that I unboxed.
There were so many of them.
Yeah. I'm telling you, Game Over Games had a bunch of copies. They were selling it for $20. They couldn't get rid of them. So they liquidated for like 15, one.
And you paid 40 for it?
Paid 40 in Brownsville at a flea market. Did you get a clear shot?
I did.
So did you get a clear shot?
You should get a picture of him getting a picture of him.
Getting a picture of him, getting a picture of you, take a... I think I can do that.
They call it
like panoramic or something.
Panoramic dick.
It's just kind of weird.
That's possible, right? You start and you slow background. F-Zero. I bought this game about a year ago for $40, and I bought it at a game shop that was inside a flea market. And I was really excited because I haven't seen a factory sealed Super Nintendo game since I was like 12. So I totally jumped at the offer to buy it. It was $40, and I had helped the guy do. I'd done a couple favors for the guy. I helped him restore some video games to like their pristine quality and reverse the yellowing on a lot of his old plastics like consoles and video games. So I thought I was getting a deal. $40, factory sealed Super Nintendo game, awesome. Bought it, didn't even think about it. However, you can tell already that it's a player's choice copy, and little did I know that when I purchased this game that there were well over 1 million factory sealed copies that were recovered in 2008 that were discovered inside a warehouse, and they were being sold about 2 years ago for like $20. People were trying to get rid of them because they were so abundant. There was well over 1 million in 2008. Not to mention how many they had printed in '96. So when the Super Nintendo was at the end of its life cycle and they were mass printing these Player's Choice copies, trying to sell games with the units, there were a lot of games that were left unsold, and you see them all the time. If you go to Best Buy right now and you look at all the PlayStation 3 games that are like $10 or $20 or less, they're inside these humongous bins. They're in those really crappy red cases that everybody hates, and they're 10, 20 bucks, and there's just so many copies. That's exactly what Nintendo did. F-Zero was a launch game. This game came out like in 91 or maybe 1990 when the console launched, so this Player's Choice copy is not scarce. There were so many copies of this game that came out. So by the time 64 was coming out in 1996 and they had printed a Player's Choice copy, there were too many copies of F-Zero floating around. Fast forward to 2013, early 2013, me being in the store not knowing what the hell had happened with F-Zero. I see this copy, I buy it for 40 bucks. I paid twice as much as what I should have, and now I've had it for over a year. I can't sell it, it's not worth anything. So today, I'm gonna unbox it. I don't think anybody's opened a Super Nintendo game in a long time, so we'll open it, see what's inside, check out the box, the game, manual, all that stuff, and then probably smash it, put it in the oven, throw it away, it's worthless, incinerate it, launch it into space. I hate this game. Are you ready?
Yeah.
I'm gonna open this piece of shit. It's a $40 steal. You know, a real Nintendo collector wouldn't even accept a Player's Choice copy because it's just garbage. These are dime a dozen, man. Okay. And this is one of the reasons why Super Nintendo games were really hard to collect complete in the box. Because they're cardboard and shitty and whatever. So this is consumer information. Nintendo Power. This is one of the reasons why I wanted to open it, because this is I want to fill this out and send it in. Nintendo Power information, and then booklet. That's what it's and the cartridge. These trays will fall apart so quickly. Every time I find a Super Nintendo game that's already been opened, the box is all shitty. Anyway. Brand new Super Nintendo cartridge. Jesus Christ. Smells
That new game smell.
You should smell this. This smells amazing. The connector pins are brand new, like never been used. Virgin connector pins, never been stuck inside a dirty Super Nintendo. This is incredible. And the label is brand new. It smells new. Definitely smells new. But we got some Nintendo Power stuff. And you can tell how young this was, because it's got like Donkey Kong Country 3, Yoshi's Island, Killer Instinct editions of Nintendo Power. I don't know if you can see those. But those are like some of the oldest, the youngest editions of Nintendo Power that came out. And even then it says like 100 greatest games of all time, 100 killer ambushes for GoldenEye exclusive. Like, at the time, Nintendo 64 had already come out, so this was not even a big deal. Like I said before, there's millions of these copies floating around, so it really doesn't even matter. I'm sure I can find another one. But everything is awesome. The quality of the box is great. The artwork has been maintained. This box hasn't spent any time in the sun whatsoever. It still looks brand new. All the paperwork is, I mean, I haven't seen a booklet like this that's so pristine with like the little comic book and everything.
That's cool.
Yeah, this is really cool. Like all this stuff is still brand new. It's like it's 1996 and you just opened this. And the plastic on the cartridge looks brand new and it feels, you know, it still has the texture. A lot of cartridges lose that texture after like a year, but this is brand new. And somebody had said something recently in a video I watched. It was like, this is not even F-Zero, this is Mode 7, the game, or something. This is basically Nintendo showing off their Mode 7 abilities, what they can do with their 16-bit console, and it was an excellent portrayal of what can be done. But this is a really cool find. Now that I opened it, I think I appreciate it a little bit more. I didn't care about it yesterday, but now I do.
Press B.
Just push start.
Alright.
Dude. That was really...
What happened?
Hold on. That was so good. This is Akira. This is a character I was picking.
Yeah.
Like, what is it?
He gets happy.
He's just like, yeah. He's the only one that does that. Nobody else has an animation. Damn, dude. Okay, jumping is fucking suicide. Like, don't jump.
I think everyone has the same moves are different. Is there like counter moves? How do I parry?
Okay, these three buttons don't do anything.
Yeah, no, those are just there for
And
moves.
then A is block, so it's just punch and kick.
Fell into my trap. Oh no! Did you hear that? Barely could hear that sound bite. Crossover or what? That was a crossover attack, dude.
Cross
Totally. I like that. There you go. Fucking knee in the face. Oh god. I don't know how I threw it. Oh, there you go. I press B and C at the same time. Oh, yeah.
Play Street Fighter. Street Fighter moves. Look at this kick.
Ooh, bend it back.
What?
Oh!
What the fuck? Yeah. Stupid black man.
Oh, in the face. Oh. I don't know, that was not good.
I was like, I'm gonna kill him.